Oh, is this on? How's it? So, just joke. We started with our draft here, and then we went ahead and sketched it out into a vector, and now we're ready to do the self-portrait. And you did a self-portrait already. Now we're gonna fine-tune it. Okay. What I want you to start with, okay, is the highlights. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of like one tone, but based on lighting, your face looks different. Like maybe one side is darker than the other based on lighting. So we're gonna make it a little bit three-dimensional here. So what you're gonna do is I'll show you what he did here. Okay, so you notice a slight difference in the lighting in the face. Okay, zoom in. You can see a little bit of a difference. Okay, so what you can do, okay, is with the pen tool. Okay, so P for pen, and then you're just gonna make a stroke. Okay, I'll hide that. So P for pen, make a new layer. Okay, and you want to highlight maybe here, maybe here. You can kind of decide. Look at the examples, and you can like kind of highlight an area that you want. You can either make it a circle or a line. Okay, that's up to you. But what you're going to do is G for gradient. Okay, G for gradient, and then you're going to type it, put in white to black, and then I'm going to come in here and you need to make sure you have your colors. So for example, on the face, you would want to come up here and click on new swatch, and you can call this me face. Okay, you can click in here, and then I can double click on this color and go to that me face, double click the other color, me face, and notice you can't see it. So right now I'm going to have it a little bit lighter now. Okay, so maybe a little bit lighter. Okay, like this. And then you kind of see it obviously, but what you can do is, and you can, instead of linear, you could choose radial. Okay, but then the key is opacity. So you bring down the opacity, you won't see the line as much, and it'll be more gradual. Okay, and then you could also fade it. See the fading sky? Okay, so you could come in here, choose this one, and choose this one. See how it fades away a little bit more. The key is don't choose two different colors. Okay, make sure it's kind of very similar. Okay, so yeah, that's how we do the grading on the face or other parts. The neck, you're going to want to do a gradient as well. So you're going to want to use it as darker underneath here. So same concept, you'll make it dark here and lighter here. And so with this, with the G selected, okay, you can line it up and then just go ahead, like maybe go here, and then if you put your mouse somewhere around this, you can kind of curve it. So you have to choose where your light's coming from. So let's say my light's coming from this direction. I can move it in here. Okay, and then see how it's darker and lighter? So I'm going to move these around so it's darker and lighter. And if you want to make it, a little bit more lighter, you can do that. And if you accidentally put another dot in here, just click and drag it down. Okay, so ooh, I like that. There's good. Okay, it kind of goes darker to lighter. Now a lot of times there's a little bit of a shadow. So if you look at this example, see there's a little bit of a shadow there. Okay, so what you can do is with your pen tool, come up here, new layer of course. Okay, and then you can call that like neck. And then I can come in here and then kind of draw it diagonally over, and then kind of curve around, and then follow that right like that. And no stroke. Okay, and the color, remember you can paste it. Remember we had copied it, so you can paste that color in there, and then opacity it down, and then you can make it a little bit darker. Okay, and if your points are a little bit over, you can kind of move it inwards. Okay, like so, and then we can go in here and just make it maybe a little bit darker, little bit of cheese. Okay, so if we zoom out, it's a little bit more realistic. One other thing is here, this little guy, the mesh tool, U on your keyboard. If you can see here, we use the mesh tool on the shirt, where I did a good job on that. Let me show you, like with like the eyebrows. The mesh tool will basically take different colors. So if you right now it's black, okay, the eyebrows. So make sure you stick with that color, and then maybe a little bit of a different shade. And if you click on the object, it'll change it. If it's too much of a change, just add a little bit darker. And so yeah, you'd want to do that maybe with the shirt or different areas. Even the face, you could try doing that with the face and making it oh, you can actually change the dynamics of it. You see these little lines? So if you want to do the shading of it, let's say you did your neck shading, you're like, that didn't work, or this part, you're like, that was too hard. You can just go into your face, you know, and oh, that'd be too hard. You can go into that shape that you made right here, and then add a mesh tool to that shape, right? And then change the colors and manipulate it that way, or even here. But yeah, if you notice just this gray, and then the shirt, if you add a little bit of a gradient to it, okay. Oh, and the outline is gonna disappear. So you're gonna want to make a copy, like Command C, Command F, and then if you make your gradient, okay, you'll still have your outline. And again, after you make the gradient, you can kind of see that shaded. It kind of changed right there. I can go in here, change the color, and watch it change. See, it changes. That's what you want to do. So if you can like master that gradient changes with your face and your shirt and different things like that. I showed you a few different ways, but it's up to you to kind of you know, get good at working with those tools. You can't follow me exactly of what to do. You just have to know the tool and then figure it out as you go, because your hair, face, I mean, it's all different than this example. And especially with the hair, you're going to want to do highlights. So you're going to want to use the pen tool, okay? And then, you know how the light will shimmer, you know, off the hair. And then you'll want to, you know, draw some types of shapes, and then either add gradient or add just a color, one color slightly different. And you can look at the examples of that. And so you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. Let me show you some examples of this. See the shimmer? Use the pen tool, and you can get a really good job there. So have fun with that, and yeah, go get them.